Our diocesan focus on Shapes for Living is about how we each nurture and shape our lives as followers of Jesus Christ, seeking to be faithful and fruitful amid the challenges and joys of our lives, the lives of our communities and the wider world. It's about how we go on becoming as we discover and share life in all its fullness. Before watching this film, do watch the 5-minute introductory film, which sets the scene for each of the sessions, and do use each short film alongside the main course booklet. Again, do note there are resources for families to use at home, and all Church of England schools in the diocese have been sent a resource pack. The aim of looking at our shape of living is not to compartmentalise our lives, but rather to see our life as one shape, created from different interrelated shapes. In our last session, I reflected on the shape of our lives through the window named work. It's probably stating the obvious to say this can't be looked at without also looking through the play-shaped window. In the first creation narrative in the book of Genesis, we're presented with a godly rhythm of work and rest. God blessed the seventh day. He made it a holy day because on that day he rested from his work, all the creating God had done. Being made in God's image includes living a pattern of work and rest with that Sabbath rhythm reflected in every day, week, month and year. We're mistaken if we see rest and play as being all about enabling us to work more effectively and be more productive. Rather, I understand God to have created us to live a shape of life which has a balance of work and play, which nurtures and nourishes us and the world. It's unhealthy when either gets out of balance and distorts the shape of our living. What in your day, week, month and year would you identify as play? Something you choose to do, you look forward to, something which you identify as fun. Even as I say that, I realise how hard it is to define play without making it sound as if work is something we shouldn't look forward to or which shouldn't make us smile or laugh. Yet I think we each can probably recognise when we are playing. And what is play for you might be someone else's source of anxiety. A love of rock climbing is the stuff of my nightmares, and if I confess, football leaves me cold. As with all the other windows on our Shapes for Living, the booklet and resources are designed to help us ask honest questions, to identify what you want to celebrate and sustain, to reflect on what you might like to reshape, perhaps through reducing something or increasing something, or perhaps simply by changing an angle of perspective. A key question you might like to explore around this theme of play is how you make intentional decisions about play. At school, playtimes are scheduled. Planning for playtime each day and week can be a good perspective, just as with holiday time each year. I observe that for some people, play is what they do in leftover time, and that's potentially a flawed shape, particularly if, like me, you believe the maxim that work expands to fill the time. I'm also aware that for others, play can become an idol, such that prayer and gathered worship are always trumped by play. Again, this is not about rights and wrongs or shoulds and oughts, but it's about intentionally pausing for deep reflection, rooted in our desire to be nurtured and grow as faithful and fruitful followers of Jesus Christ, so that we can go on becoming and discovering more of what flourishing means for ourselves and the world in which we live. So enjoy your explorations.